Good afternoon students, welcome to class 8 biology class, and I am discussing your abiotic components. Okay, lots of abiotic components is there, only two components left. Today this video I will discuss the water and light, and two activities given in your book. This activity I will discuss. Okay, this water is the living things actually need the water, and the primary source of fresh water is rainwater. Okay, from the primary source of the fresh water from rain. The both plants and animals need the water. Actually, the plants need the water for the making foods and for photosynthesis process. But for limiting water is limiting factor is the water. Very small amount of water is need for making the food or in the process of photosynthesis. But water is most important factor for the photosynthesis process. And animal also, human, animals, all these living things needs actually water. And the most important abiotic component is water. Okay. And this is the amount the water available in geography area decides the kind of plant and animals that are found there. And available of water. If the water is not available, then the habitat will be changed in the plant. Different types of plant is there, different types of animal is there. It depends upon the availability of water. The one activity given in your book to show that adequate water is necessary for healthy growth of plants. A material required a healthy potted plant and water. Take a healthy potted plant and water. Procedure: select a healthy potted plant and keep it in place where it receives the maximum sunlight. Take one potted plant or one tree potted plant. After that, you keep in the source of proper maximum light source where the light is coming. In that place, you keep this. Do not water in the plant for 2 days and did not give any water for this. Observation: you will notice that plants started wilting. Actually the plants will be die for this. And procedure: now water the plant after 1 day. Observe, now you give the water. After 1 day you will observe that the plant will be changed, and all this makes a healthy plant. Actually, for this result is proved that, for this experiment proved that water is necessary for the plant. Actually, water is necessary not only plants, but necessary for living things, any living things. Water is very much necessary, and the most important abiotic factors in the water. Okay. Now light. First, the light source is the main source. Light source is the sun. Okay, and after that, this is the plant. I am talking about the plant. The photosynthesis process needs the sunlight. If the not sunlight is needed, then not activated the chlorophyll molecules or the not photons molecules. And this process, for this in the present, this light is stored in the plant as a chemical energy for future use. For this, for making of food, for the photosynthesis process, plant uses the sunlight, and this sunlight is actually stored as a chemical energy in the food. And the light influences also opening and closing stomata. This point is very much important. Light influence, what is this? Opening and closing stomata. Stomata actually the minute opening present in the leaves helps in the transpiration process. This light influences the opening and closing stomata. What is this? Light influencing opening and closing stomata. Opening and closing stomata. Okay. Now light also affect the movements in flowering plant. Actually the plants show different types of movement. Elastic movement, tropic movements, and the tactic movement. All these things when you go to higher class details. But for this result, the light means the shoot. In the plant, the shoots are bent towards the light. This movement actually is called the phototropic movements. And some plants require the light for a longer period of time for the flowering, and others require the less of exposure sunlight in order to flower. And the shoot tips bend towards the light. The shoot tip, the shoot tip always bend towards the light. If you keep the one potted plant in the near to the window, here the not light is not properly coming. After some days you will observe that the shoots may bend and towards the light. This actually the shoot bends towards the light. This is movement. So the movement towards the light is called the phototropic movement. What is this? Phototropic. And behavior of animals is also influenced by light. Most animals are active and move about freely during daytime. Obviously, the animals are active and moves about freely during the daytime. Animals such as earthworm and millipedes do not like light. Many animals don't like the light. Okay, they want to stay away from the sunlight. The earthworm usually found inside the soil in the dark places. Owls and cockroaches are active at night. Also, they are active, and owl and cockroaches they do not need light for their movement. But many animals need the light in the daytime. They can easily pray for this and for this reason. Actually, for the movement, many animals need the sunlight daytime. But many animals also don't like the light, and the millipedes and earthworm, they don't like light. They want to stay in the soil, in the dark places actually. And owl and cockroach also, they active in the night. Okay, they do not need the light for their movements. Okay, and these 2 points actually very much important, two abiotic components, light, water and light. And also one activity given in your book to show that light is important for normal growth of plant. To healthy potted plant and water material required. Take 2 healthy potted plants, keep in one place where the plant gets sufficient sunlight. At first, you take the 2 potted plants. One plant you keep when the sufficient maximum sufficient sunlight. Keep the other pot in dark corner, and one pot you keep in dark places. Water plant regularly. You give both potted plant in water regularly. Observe after 4 to 5 days. You will notice that plants which were kept in sunlight grow normally. Okay, you keep the sunlight, this plant grow normally. But whereas the plant which are in dark corner look pale. Actually, now photosynthesis does not occur for this reason. That's why look pale. Actually, light is most important for actually the plant. Most important and for making their food for the photosynthesis purpose. Okay, that's why I am telling the 2 important factors very much important. This is the light and water. Okay, all the abiotic components are very much important, but this light and water is very much important. Okay.